Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Ya de radia se waye ya dum obi odum pon amayen na radia dum ye sofo sam abeka yensa em se ye mami Wendy e wo line no so e na ye mami Viva e wo line no so ntimpa cho se motemenka monka hi na mi hu se motemenka
hi ma'am
mi hu mo hanti o mami hi na mi hu se motemenka aha it is sofo sam motemenka yo
Acha
mami Viva temenka
but I'm not one con. I'm so one temenka.
Yo, mama Linda say hi. Mama Linda so temenka hi. Okay. Yo, Eradi Isra ye nyina, Eradi Isra ye nyina. Wa hu ye mobo, wa ye yadom, wa bi odom po amaye ya konsori ahodo aba Eradi adom nti ye nyina ye hu ye. Pacho se ye mami Wendy temenka.
Mommy, the pastor me too.
Ma ye nyina ye hu akwa aba e wo Yesu Kristo demu. Na ena awie nso Awurade ehu ye mobɔ wadie odompo de amayen na wamaye nyina ya ba behia e wo lai so a ne ye kan se Awurade ye da na se ye de Awurade ase na ye hwedwumadie no nso ase e wo Yesu Kristo din mu ye hwedwumadie no ase e wo Yesu Kristo din mu ye sra wo kokoro se o mefa ade nyina enhye ne tumi na se na ne ayesua bia no ono wo kokoro nkasa emeboa ye na yentumi esua ade enkwa animu na emmoa afoforo nso amen na mepacho ansa na yebehye dwumadie na se no wo hwa me nsam a mekita card fefefe bi wa ha msetem bia no ya me tai introduce sa card yi ye friend top connect aha ye card bi a app bi a aba foforo a se wo Europe ha wo America na wo pese wo send this card ko fie a omo rate no ya na ye kama pa nti bomoden a na download bi go wo phone so wo app where you so phone so aha na tem bi a pese wo send this card ko fie bia no try wo mo hwe Radi Isra ye nyina e wo Jesus Christ din mu ye de Radi ase enne ye hye ye dwumadie na se na em se fi be ye last month nyina no na ye hwe bibi efa abuse ho enti ye sua ne ma bebre efa warefo ntem dwumayefo ntem ne ma ekoso a e kire se ye abuse ye ho na nne ye wo child abuse enne ye wo nkwala side child abuse enti ansana ye be ye bibia ye betaka no baako no enne ye pese ye bisa se ye ka child abuse what is child abuse ye de ade ase kire ne sei na ansana ye begyae ama ye sofo sam abam no so last week questions bi beba ya but ye beko yanim kakra na ye du ba bia na se ye bam sa questions no so a ye beba so so sofo sam so e wo question bia na opese o clarify ho nti ye ho no so edu se ye gyae ama na ye bema ode saa e ho no aba ana sofo mpacha opese wo wie ho no first ansa na ya to aso.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, that side. Big na ya complete that subject concerning the adults. And if you want man, then we can focus on the children also. Okay. You know, 10-15 minutes and not 20 minutes be to run out all that we discussed. But this time, I think so we'll focus on practical things because what is expected of us when we talk about abuse and then all those things are factors that are around it. Okay. Cecilia, what we want to look at, let's look at some of the practical things that especially Africans are what happens with our relationship and our external ones, because Africans know we have external relationship that are very, very important. You have to do as a mandatory.
Okay.
Most of those things are things that affect the relationship. And you want to have a look at some of them.
Okay.
One of them, I want us to look at, say, Annie, say, Minimi Yere or UK, and any of the European countries, any apart from Ghana. Na ye wo ho, then Asumjo wo ho. But then your extended family, your uncles, your mommy, your grandparents, your sisters, your cousins, Omo Ghana, and they may need something. How do we come together to help them when they have a need? Because God has blessed you. The blessing must not stay with you. It must also be spread. You must give some to your siblings or relations, whether friends or whatever, community, whatever. But how do we do it that it will not bring problems in our marriage?
Okay.
Say, me wife. Yeah, we are able to gather the little that we have. Yeah, budget. Baby, our cost of fine. Now you'll be surprised the challenges that will come when there's a demand from my wife's side and not demand from me side, requesting for money or some projects that ought to be done or that must be finished. If we don't handle it well, you realize that little thing can become a crack in the marriage, or it can be a permanent something that will bring about or mistrust or misgivings. And, I want us to look at some of these things. We can all Jojo Obiadi experience Obiani, but I want us to focus on say, what do we do about them? Yeah, Maminum, what do we do about them? Okay. Your cousins, what do we do about them? The community that help us to become who we are today, what do we do about them? Until me Mecca say Juma, number one, you don't just put the money there, keke. Now one person is in charge of it. It is wrong. One person can be holding it, but the two of us are in charge of it.
Okay.
And he said, me fool say I'm very bad in handling money. Then what I do is that I'll make sure that my wife is better off than I am. I will be able to put the money into her hand to control it, but then not to control it to my disadvantage, but because it's good handler, or to me handle scale more than I can do, I will have to do that. Now, another thing that I think we can look at, how do we put our service? Okay. Somebody overread. Somebody said, why don't we do joint account? Have joint account.
Okay.
We do pay back. We pay back. Now you percentage be from all the two, and then we put it in joint account. The joint account will be used for the month. That's for monthly savings. Then we have a permanent savings that also we can put money into it, where we are looking into the future for, let's say, for projects. Okay. Then we may also have our personal accounts. So we have 4 accounts: joint account, savings account, personal account. Na ama asumjaba into no se mi ko ba na se mi £2,000 ba. Okay, joint account to me contribution. We contribution it doesn't have to be the same. Depending on how much I am bringing, depending on how much you are bringing. So sometimes to can raise enough money for her, for the house. Let's say she brings in more money than I do. The percentage should not be the same. It is love issue. We are together. Into maybe maybe £500. Also the 600 and £700 in Tiasia. Then we'll bring that one into joint account. And that is the expenditure for the month. Then we can also be looking into the future, because we will not be like this all the time. We will come to retirement. A time will come we will not be able to work
Okay.
So that time we must be preparing for that. And our projects be, and also know we can put it into savings account where it can yield some interest on it, or even in an investment which is joint. Then we can also have the savings, that my savings that is for me, and then on also need the, so that in case or corner down for big what there's a obabe stress cancer mamaniska frustrating when you are partners and then you are giving your partner allowance. I think it's not proper. It should be a decision between the two. So okay, wo dear fashion with water, so me so me dear so me the in case me call madam for her and I'm in madam for BPR. And when you say I'll come and now come, John, mommy, £2 be 20 pounds, £100. Mini will call outside. So mawa it will create problem.
Okay.
So when at the beginning of at the end, when we are collating the monies, we can make provision for those things. So we want to make investment into the various families, and also Ebiana, I come from a poor background. Obanoso is coming from a poor background. How do we handle it? Amen. And then how do we handle it? Who comes first? Because we can't do the two together. If we can do the two together within a month, fine. But if we cannot do the two together, why no so first? Do you understand? There should be a discussion. That's communication should come in, and then. But also must be looking at it in such a way. So with the debia, we busi and funkwan the yabua. One share the other partner will feel bad, and then there will be a problem. You understand? Yeah. And when it comes to finances, we need to be very careful about it. Must set it the tone. Because so bia kasa. You understand? And then the last one I will say is your friend say project or ebusianomo. Me mami. Baby, and yet we want to put up a better building. How do we go about it as a yearly or kun? You understand? Yeah. How do we go about it? Do I leave it for my wife to take care of the her family, or do we come together and contribute and then build? Now, say a project before us. Where do we put that project? Do I put it at the project in my my husband's family or hometown because I am married to her, or we'll put it in a neutral place, or we'll put it in a body place? And also no can bring problems. And also no, we need to communicate it properly and sit down and look at the pros and cons before we begin to enter into those distributions. Other than that, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 10 years down the lane, the marriage can break because of the mistakes. Thank you.
Sofu Sam, Eradi Oisha Sofu Sam, Papa. I say, Sofu Sam, the some kakra abicho toward the Amaya, Msasa, and you see on the last month in abusive in finance, no, and or the Nina abicha it. Just say, I'm saying maybe a buffer you to kakra. It's way dear Sanya for some edge and no yeah, one line so be what idea be ana. I say a yes, sir, Anka Sanya Beya, Sibia, and my Sika Simono. Anka, ye show baby a who here, a busiano, ye share a busia, who here. Na yenina, the Ajay Baconia Kumaba, who aso honum. Na ya boa se dan bi na ye sikura ma busuano a ye hwe busuano ba bi e ho hia pa na ya som adwen ne ye ba ko e be boa na afenso no ye momodin ase ye sika sem no we de ne de to a na so at least ye timi enya account ba ko a ye nyina ye dia ye wo be ye 5 minutes bi enti maybe say ma me bi ba say adwenkyina ben na owo wo sasama ye papa Sam, Eddie Amaye, Argentina Bena, or no so a woman, Onfa Emaye, we are baby Sayama, Wendy, so no so Argentina credit her on from my and son, I coachad abuse and also.
Di kan chia etiefo nyina so.
Ya ma one so kakra why.
Na pacho yo. Pacho sisi ade ye wo hu.
Ai.
Yo. Pacho em say daddy abobo nyoma ba ku mienu bi so. Na me ka kakra fa ebusua omo Ghana no ho na ya account some no so kakra. Edi kan account some no I big challenging war yeah mine. But ne Europe na minimum more about Ghana. But say yeah ne sanya daddy chire ya. Aya na problem ya bi ni me ma so ahwe ne me hu sanya America.
Okay.
The problem bi ni some why adwenko some na asa warefo na mo chichem sanya daddy di kechi achichem achire yenya. E di asumdwe ba bibia say emfa some problem dia but because obi ehu ne ekoso na minim ebi mo ho so a omo buebie sa yesi na ba akofo akenten so na minim se ne omusi ya no ema yesa ba me ne dade ya adwen se ne ochichem no sa na me de ne sa na ye no ai di asumdwe bai. Nti say menim sa other people bia na obi wo hwa na we take advantage na de ba say ye nyina de adwenko na akomako say na ye be ye ne say na ye kon na ye ne pepepe dia ye ade ya asumdwe asamonko.
Amen.
Nti em say ye kon na sa evovo ye de ye pass pa na fi so menka kakra emfa ye busua ewo fie hu both ye ewuranom so wo ye oba wukun sai wo ye be ma so wukun sai. Em say ye worry ya be ye honam ba ku wukunu maame ye wo maame wo yere maame ye wo maame wo yere nua ye wo nua ye nyina ye be ye busua ba ku. Enti normally no aya na man na ye abatan ye ni wo fie. Enti oba no kra no wo se wo push wukunu afa nkwa nkama no maame kra at the end of the month no mo de go bi esmu ni so say ni say na ye be ye dia. Chema bema no crying yet. Wow, we your batten no. Je manya fe.
Okay.
For be caught with your ukune side. Bema also for be caught with your side. Nanya fe because ningin is kabakuna na ye na ye use. Nanya fe because omo fie no so they omo depend on us more than them even themselves. Ya na ye did your munka kankra. It is a case ye ni efi omo so bia enye ye kra wa kra di enungwase bebro wo ma me wo ho na mebie wo so ma so wo fa ne sin kwankoye na okobo obi bu se na okotade bia ka se o misika mba yo na mo free me we na me bana discover enungwase ma wankasa so wo so no so a na wa make sure wo kunu fa ne de enkoya fako na enye fefe na asomdwe mbra omo wo fie no so omo nsaka ne ma tisa they bless you, they pray for you. Nti mo ma ye ndwira omo ho so mo because omo ano mo ahwe ye nkola bi mo ani ye nyia bepem sabri. Nti ehu hia pa se at least any for kunu kra ye edwuma kwa so ade ye fe just a small turkey. Mama na ni agi wonya bibi omunya bibi kiti obi fi abrocha na omuni agi fefefe ye ma enye na fe ni je embre ya wori mu wo amanane ha na fe ni je so enko ye busua mu ankranko nyame onchira ye pa.
Oh mami Viva eradi onchira o papa panache sa woni so for some eya adwen pa. Okay
because eno na ebe bo ama asomdwe aba me da de bia na me di me nkoma aya me tan aka sa asam se senye awalofo mienu no na ba ko be na adwen se obesisi ba ko ana ba ko be na adwen se me de me pese me nko an na bidi especially obi wo ho mokofa na yere free Ghana de ne ba bedu abrochire hape na adwen hina ne se oba we mema na ahye kwana saa ko fi se me amehu ne se ma ye dia me ye eno ebie oba na ni later ama oye ne ma bi aye west awo be man be surprise
okay
intino say ye hina ye ya adwen ba ko na say the papa ye papa sam okay account ye bie obi a wo ne de e de ba ko ye bie ba ko ye hina ye de din atoto
Yeah.
Sitano yetnasia, we did the baba, we need the baba, and for we found ya. Therefore, we go to your savings account.
Yeah.
And case the care the whole moi. Say be a per se, we be fair, be a bias, should in case now, which be by a bit me alcohol.
Yeah.
As I said, Canadian, and no, we do kakra can never win some more shady, we do kakra. I no bet me at toho my year. Namuhina will be a account card, maybe. Yes, about open ukuta. And as the nipper back Mama bang for not to say, answer the way bang, just a war. Mama bang for no, I aware say, Bakun Quanko Iska.
Okay.
Mummy and Hina, they savings one. Bakoba ba, just say Bakoka Muhina. Where I was here, none the air quack will be busy, there for you now, then I about.
Okay.
The body to fear the Moody, the some of the way Mumban as the Puina, drain the about one. Bibia a bear come.
Amen.
Amen. Can wait to find to so on, sir. Omunye service in boom. Obu onso ne ne kun omunye service in boom. Ma se oba ne dia obenya, be ma ne dia obenya. Na se mu hina mo adwen ba ko a still no nso so no. Mo betimi atena ase na mapane. Yemfa we mfanto ya. Afi no sika beba yensem no yemfa we mfan yese. Eno so wo ho. Ba me kan se de be ya, nye nipa hina na eka omusika ebom.
Yeah.
Nye obia no one ne kun eka sika bom enti no kan said e be ya obia ne side and side no obia benya ne de
Yeah.
enti obu o mo ne kun enka sika mbom nya sika na ebe wo mu nsem no wo mutumi tena ase e de tototo baby e said de ma aso no we so ye de
Eba.
enti ni hina ne say adwen baako akoma baako na ebuo ene odo nti ase ebe ye adwuma wa na baako nya na adwen se me de mesi ma adwen pi se me ye de mesisi me yere ena mema no so bebre no so wo ho ma adwen wo muti ni se me wale oba na me se da ka ache oba na se mo nya adwuma because oba ne be ye adwuma oba ba be yi bibi ato no ho na che se obenya bibi to no ho a mema na adwen wo muti ma na se me yiri benye sika oba ye proud entina wa ka ache oba na se enya adwuma sa asem de tumi si abrochire tumi si Ghana enye adwuma na se oba na tifi a wa ye ne housewife na se de bia na adwen a odi wo na adwen mo odi ma oba na ye adwuma no so obedi oba no so na we control oba no na wa ma oba wa ka oba na ni jaye den ahye sa de no so wo ho enti sa adwen no wo ho nso a emwa ma aware nso ye den
enkoso okay oh mama Dina Eradi Shao papa ye mama Dina Eradi Shao ye mama Viva Eradi Shao na chese mu nyina mo ne sofo Sam ya adwen se na ba ko ye mama Dina di twa to no se obu wo ho a omo nka wo musika mbom menim sister bi wa ha wo se wo ne de so omo ka wo musika bom pe the problem mo beba eti ono no oye ne de separate ni kunu ye de separate but separate no omo mienu no toto bibia ma ne ye kama adwen ne ye kama just omo ware kama pa eti wo hu ba bi a weak point no ne weak point ewo se omo ka bom a the problem ebeba ma omo separate na omo bia omo de kakra ekotom no eno mom de asomdwe eba eti se ne ma me dan na e ka no wo hwe ne ebebo a na wa ye ne sa pepepe na ne esofo Sam so ken eye pa yetimi yesa eno nso de asomdwe ebeba pa sofo Sam Erade onhyiraw yo ye kwaye topic no so say and then your topic na nkasa eye what is child abuse ye pesa ye tackle child abuse problems are edeba ema any awofo ntem na enioma bi wa etimi sisi a edi adanse se we de wo abuse akwala no so ye wo ba se ote wo nchen keke ade bi a wo be ya just akwala no wo abuse no eno na ye pesa ye tackle na ansa na ye pesa ye hwe what is a DN any child abuse. And to say, Mammy, Wendy, I will line as well. Or yes, or Baba boy, kakra. It is a tea and car or moye kakra. What is child abuse? A DNA child abuse. Sama Wendy, I will line as well. Probably me whom were happening to Sama Wendy will line as well.
If I show it's here 40 minutes.
My yet one can't
wait here for you last. Remember that you were here for last again. Say, what my opinion says, you might let us child abuse. think that a very, very important topic. We would have to just say yes. Obroni has a child abuse, and I say, Mofra, and I say, yes, you're doing abuse, and you're more treating you. Obroni, let me show you website, the no NS. Now, about child abuse. Now, defining child abuse say, or say child abuse is when a child is intentionally harmed by an adult or another child. It's a child abuse, you know. Akola, or when you're here doing what you. Akola, you UK had we a child that is say 16 or 17. You classify as Akola. Did this say Ghana so when you're here doing what you. You boost your collar. It's our corona to be a show, and now doing intentionally. The abuse be a very intentional. That's a boakayo. That's a boakayo set with the Akoranina. And no brony friend is a whole abuse Akorano. And also, child abuse, like I say, intentional harm by an adult. Then she did Obia or your penny the rich media Akoranina. And now Akorana Casta a show Akola, as you to meet Akorakrona. And no brony friend is a child abuse. Now, and no one can say, or say it can happen over a period of time, and now say it can happen at once. And you'll be on my child abuse, you know, it was a period of time. Each other, they be near the Akoranina. And I didn't forget to say a one off thing. It could be one day we plan now, whatever, I'm a great player with Fatom and Elishi in everywhere. And they are one off child abuse. It's not brony kind of set child abuse. It is a definition, you know. Is when a child is intentionally harmed by an adult or another child, and it can be over a period of time or it can be one off. Now, child abuse now, Brony can you who drove a brain. It's the minimum there, but there were types of abuse. It didn't know your family also.
Your mommy Wendy. Egu so chire ye mu am se ne line no ateko na wa ma ye hu se o se child abuse no se opani ye akwala bone o tete no o hye na niaya ana so se ne yonko akwala hye na niaya o ye na de ye ya. That is child abuse. Abuse or the abuse ni nia ana se ni two pay to se wono nti no am se oguso kasa ne line ateko nti ye be jai ha no ama ye sofo sam na ono so abam na erade ya dum na mama Wendy adwan ne ye ne na wato aso e de amaye nti sofo sam pa cha obo aye kakra.
Oh, okay. Auntie Wendy, I think that she professionally spoke about it. Until Otiminka, I hope you can hear me. Okay, so just like she said, child abuse is to hurt a child. Hurting the child can be hurting the child feelings, the feeling, which is her emotion. Just like the adult one I discussed here, no. And now it's anybody hurting the body of the child. Now, okay, I said it can be an adult doing that, or any mates, age mates, and a bibisa. And so one area that we can tie, then I think baby Ananka or one ma when it kati na or about types. But in then what we are doing is just bro. I mean we are just scratching the surface of it. Now then we pick it topic by topic. It's now with types. And type your physical abuse. Physical abuse, just like the adult one said, what drinking now will bo abufrano and now born some baby. You are hurting the body by using an object or your hand or to hit the child, and we are physical. Psychological, then we have the next one, excuse me. The next one here, sexual maltreatment. You can also have a situation where a child is abused through sexual maltreatment. Then we have another one, neglect of a child is also abuse. who neglect abrofra. Say like won't shano. Oh, Bagana, Abrochi Minim said the same problem. Mofrano, they said they are neglected and are just walking on the street. They are not being taken care of. That's also child abuse. In as much as Abofrano is below in Ghana, below 18 years, no, or a child. And anything that you do to that child in that manner, I think that is what it means. It's an abuse. Then we have the psychological one. And no, we'll be looking at them one by one, though. A psychological one where you can talk, you make certain statements to that child that you abuse her, affecting emotion and any feelings. And also, until one, we can talk about physical abuse, psychological abuse, sexual maltreatment, and neglect. All these are form of abuses that we can find. Okay. Let me stop here because we just want to look at what is abuse. Ebiana anti-nani anti-viva almost more bibia umbeka. This is but there is another one that we can also look at. Say Abofranso to me abuse ni parents. It is also an abuse. I know your parental abuse. Abofrano behavior can affect the parents in the house and also the concern in this particular area. And yet, Abofrano parent abuse. Abofranso can abuse the parent also. Let's look at that one where a teenager or a preteen. We call them teenager near from 10, 12, 13, 15, 13, from teenagers. Up to 17, 18, 19. But Ghana ha 18 stop it or but Mufra in that particular area. Let me give example. The other time now, me church elder Bako, the wife was complaining about one of their daughters, and what was the problem? Omumu say, Abufrano, oye bibina sa okan enim kakra, no ako jina bebina wahom no kasa.
Yeah.
You understand? It's saying things that she's not supposed to say. It's a form of abuse to the parents. Yes, I say it is not once, not a continuum. What happened is that the child is looking for a loophole to control the parents because abuse. The essence of abuse is to find a loophole to control the other. A child can also find a loophole to manipulate or to control her parents in a way. She can even threaten, and he can even threaten the parents that put the parents under control and then get whatever he or she wants. Children can do that. So there is this way and that way. A child can be abused. A child also can be abusive. Thank you.
So for some, Eradi Oishra, your so for some, Papa, Radisha, your so for some, I'm saying. Niana ya mami Wendy gusto awo kanana ya sofo sam atoa so amaye na humanity nti ya sofo sam atoa so amaye na che say wotie nsama ya sofo sam okan ya say wo de ade bebo akwala say wo beye nania ya wo be hye nania ya ni nyina ya abuse na akwala nso etimi abuse mpanimfo say nkwala etimi abuse mpanimfo na ya sofo sam ka no ohwe baabi ya kwan da baabi a wonim sa de bi wo ho a wo ye a just what can we hear in ye no almost tie you so that area ho at the year pine now almost person the abuse so for some radical pass or my about your who was our kind so now some can you be in the back me fan say you better take it there 1 month I was idea because in some now officer also person which I was doing over to me who person will ring you bet me a ring number no 044 that is UK number 044 784 26 29 528 Upesa wo ringe na wo kira wadwen a odofo ubetimi afre na wo so wo de wadwen aba ena yesra adofo a e wola isu nyina se yesra mo nhye emayen na mo like na mo fra foforo so emeka ye ho na yensu ade wo asem bi se bia fabra na anuanom e wo ha se ye be answer sa question nyina Ewurade onhira ansa na ye be koye maame Wendy so no na ye bisa ye maame Viva ye be bisa ye maame Viva say asama ye sofo Sam eka ye no ewo mu se ye be fa na baako de but ma ye bisa sa question we senti sa kwala ya ade Bible say ejimi sambata kwala akoma ho na entieso aba ena ma ne ho fi enti sa kwala bi ya ade na ne maame ana ne papa fa ba na ode bona sa bro na wabo no ye betimi aka say e ya abuse na e bisa ye maame Viva ye bia ye be koye maame Wendy ho e mama Viva
ma pocho ye da sepa ene wasem bisa ma pocho no kresa Bible ka say Jimmy Sambata akola akoma ya so ye ya bakin ye hu se na yeti na nti eso abai no aya na ye Bible ka say abai ni nti ye fi say a stick sa Bible some bebre ye abebu
okay
and then she say she abai na fa bo no pu da bi ekunye okwan bebre a ye fa so ye de tia akwala enya abai nku sometimes we betimi etwa na nsa ho kakra okay but not so betwa abai ana say bibi a wo de bo akwala na obeprobi wo ho na papa na watwe ne belt no de ahwe akwala na bia na skin ho nyina bi tume pai bo ho na wa ma bibi so na wato abo akwala no na pai it say enni nyina ya abuse ba wo hwe akwala na de na ni gye ho pa wo fie say bia oye ni game bi obo program bi o hwe agro bi odi na waste easy no won ho say ne wo ye nti na once sa wo game wo nko ho agro we ya wo de wo nko ho eno kra ba na jakras nse wo bo no wo tumi asesa nti yasra awofo no and ye nkyerɛ sɛ mbo akwala no wobɛbo no wɔ yansa kɔnno nya wontwe abaya na bibia be hete akwala no wobɛtumi apanition in a lot of ways ene ye ntia ni bi ene ye ntia ni bi ye mekai sɛ yesua no enyimre sɛ wondware a mama me ɔmo wo behwɛ TV de wode mu da ne nyina ye ntia na ɔde tia ni sɛ so ɔbɛtwe abaya bo no ɔso wa mdware a wo behwɛ TV ne nyina ye part of ntia ya ɔde tintin he ni bi nti ekwan bebre ne parent ye fa so a ye tia ye mma nti sɛ mma na ye twe na nyoma ye bo ho a wonye moko no da shakola na se nsam bebre wo kofia ene ne nyina emboa nti ye stress
Radisra ya mami Viva Radisra ya mami Viva papa wa ma ye hu se bro ne de akwala ne ya de na nya obetumi twa ne nsachi kakra obetumi twa ne to na momo no nya se ye be bo akwala no epra no wo ye ne sa abuse na em se ne ya o ka se si e de ukọ Ghana akakaduro ni mako ni sa ne omane no tibi ya na o parents or bet you with ya ni na no ye hu se se abuse ya mami Wendy was so ntena ansa na ya mami be Wendy be bam sa achi ya ne bro ne ade no ye be di kai bisa ya mami Dina se adwenkyere be no so ewo ne aye papa Sam ka ye hu se akwala ya ade a enisa ye wodi ade ebo no ya mami Dina ya mami Viva me ye hu se wo be bo ne de but enye too much de na ya mami Dina so ka kire ye ewo ho Tama Dina etemenka
Bacha motemenka
ya te wonka bacha obetimi akasa
yo bacha akra me so madwen akire ewo ho ene se enkwala bebre ehunu amane ewo empenifo ensa no eya ahomete se bebre especially abofo bi ho mo a okotena obi nchen ne parents ni bi ye wo dey call you fie Africa parents ni bi nti won say odi akwara na akoma wo bi say oni akwara na ntina obu o ma oni akwara na tina obama akwara na ayetete se bi onka nipa na ne ma ono wawo omo no na ojeje ne maso na akwara na obetina ne nten obesura na pa ye adwuma wo fie ho saa eduane kra ondi bi obedi kra na se waye adwuma na ma na ti no ansana wonye eduane edi ena wura fie ho nso a wonhu akwara na ko hu se sa akwara we do ye made wo fie ha eya de bi e child abuse aya na enkwala o mo tentan nkofo nchen se go tefete ehina fo mo no a o mo ko tentan nkofo nchen no mo hu na mani bebre ewo nsem bebre obu ho ma na akwara no owo honam akwara no ni age no eyi ni pedua no so che age no be papa na owo fi ho no da abofra no ene ne ye nyama bone wo kokro ma akwara yi ntumi nka nkire obi a oka che ne yire o se me miku ugu nanim ase na che se weyi nani na we di akwara ne che se child abuse ni de bebre ne ma bebre wo ho mo a e ma nkwala ebi emia pa e na wo de ba akwala ntia nsoso de a se na ne emia ba na e kan entia ne ye ni hina ne se wo be pa aba to akwala so na wo hwe no obu okra mpo na wo di weni keke tumi e de ma akwala no hu nia wo pesa wo ka kire no obu mo de nani keke one ne batia o ya ade a odi nani tumi nani oba han no na style obe nani no me kai se obi ne bakọ baabi na on pesa akwara ne bedidi wo fie ho enti ye de aduane ne beti ho mo no akwara ne be hwe ne maame ani na ne maame ye nani style bi ho na akwara ne ka che enkofo de se wa men ondi na o mo se adan mama asa che wo ba no ndidi oso ono na ho no ba akwara ne be hwe ne maame ani ma nanim no hu ne kire se aduane no ye den ma oni aha enti ye woni me bebre wo ho mo a oba anase parents de tete wo mba eboa ma akwara ne nkosa ahwa wo no mu aha nti child abuse de bebre me ya na nkwala wo motete enkofo nchempo na ya mesuma wo mu too much because akwara ne bebre wo fie ho saa meka se nso no maame no oye da wa to ne oye dickness oye dicken oye eda oye sei na weja akwara no wo fie na akwara ne bresa na owi a wa dress ne ma na odo wo kwa asori na akwara ne hye fie obeye adwuma saa enso akwara ne de onka ho se so okosom nyame ye we kristofo bebre wo ho mo a ye mba yie na nso obi ni ma de ye nka wo mo nka enkwala a eso munya ahoto ehu enti child abuse de wo ba bia this time there wo de be Christian life wo de be wiase life wo de be ba bia ewo ho enti ni nan se ehia ye betu ehofo na ye tu ye de ne ma tutu ye amen.
Oh, Mami Dina, Eradi Oishra, Mami Dina, Papa. I say, you will be 10 minutes. 10 minutes, no. Ya mami, Wendy, me a room. Yabemano abwaye kakra, say, Apalaya, dear Nenye, Nani parents, Chiaba, now one of the Tiano kakra, and no, DNT, there was a timmy child abuse. It's where dear Yamami went the Tibia room on time wire kakra sana. Ya papa Sam ara kuni nyina up e dia maye ma Wendy what menka
yo me pacha me da studio ma konfo we dem on find for the time say internet ni na engine so gidi e say time na ya papa Sam o kasa na me free so because na ma tiko na me sure some daddy aka types of abuse ni nyina na ye bobo so na me say we yi mu ba ko a e physical abuse no ya empopoye say into buy a bone kakra now person otia no dia ba si no so a say be a child abuse na me pacho emra e wo kromo ha no die me nye social worker but ya ade a ye nyina ye sua enti mitimi kire ma adwen wo ho
yeah
emra na e wo kromo ha ye ka about say o smart akora ana o bu akora no no emra kire say e unlawful kire say wonye wonya ala e illegal so be bu ba mom no obroni ka bibi se whereby asa ebro no amounted to a reasonable punishment. Say depending on akwara age, you know. To me as my kill, but the name of say very reasonable. And creativity because I was showing them as you say you cause a child abuse now. It's just intentionally no. Oh, harm me akwara no. Oh, harm me akwara na say oh plan na udi na uga na oh cause injury to akwara no. So who yes I dey intentional dia. It's just oh abuse akwara no. It is young father say akwara na ye didi kakra ofie. Na ma smack me ba na. So long as a reasonable. It's just say smacking me ba no. The reason why I smack the child and it is reasonable. You can reasonable like I said. Ninya imagine say me di me ba na wu ana nipa na me netin me prano me ha me ni nipadua no na emom no me ye ni reasonably say me do na why say na me twa won say she said na mama vibe e kan tia o ba ne kakra no de emra ne ma ho kwan but it will still depend on akra ni age and he said the year can be bia wo ye bia ye free be reasonable that word you know so why get careful let do ko gina court let ye se wa boba and now what do you them? Not say any reasonable there, which you have to see. It is an umbrella company, allowed this. When it is reasonable punishment, there, yes, I can't see between us, Makiba. And I think this Mama Bible can be about there were so many ways to me a punish here, but if you say you're happy about the Akrani air canal. The business said the year came that time I used to saw Ghana. Na de can ye ni games so ye de agro ni ekodie because ka be di agro baba wo bedu ya wa bre wa beda itu ye bone ama me ni any choice or they keep you from all your what you are proud of apart from say obetwa wo ma and at that time me ye sure say na ma me mu ni agimbo ni bi so mu di ewu even though ye will be more so my agent say ye bo wa ye bo ko fie ko wu ni bia won any intentional harm no enti hide the enkola ni nyame adum ba bi abetie no you want to be Ghana crowds so and you be able to buy man coffee and live a lifestyle to say the Europe. And see, maybe to say the aquarium and I said, they do all no more for say, okay, wait to me. I don't know if you come here, they were from now what the Australians are not Casa, or Casa Pacaso. Sandy, the bassa knows to say a form of punishment or punish Aquarano. Name on why inflicting bodily harm and quack running any pedium. Into no sano, reasonable. Into the patch of Hanam, you see, name so be a question be about a quiet fast smacky and banis and your money. Bet me a year, no.
Okay.
I must say.
Oh, ma Wendy, a radisha, papa, a radisha, mammy Wendy, pa, would be a knee at the atray. Na ye be jamu ama yes of some now or no so the kakra. Aka ye when no ye be jina a haka craya na if next week day kono. You better tackle the bako. A dear we are emotional abuse who bet me idea abuse to Apalana, ye mob bo. Ama just say it will be a one Apalano who said no family or more abuse to obey. San your money in your better near your choir, your better sway, your better who a fist on your man till Nadia. Now ye shasta upa bow bar. Na near mammy Wendy, I take him one tray and say a had ye, UK had ye, Europe had ye. Se wo bo akwala no na wanya asembia tangible reason bia anka na wo se ma bono anu anu se ma boro no akeka
any reasonable punishment
reasonable punishment
yeah I know a Children's Act 2004 so obi nya kwan a obetumi ahwe me ho na mo kasa ni nyina wo ho.
Okay.
Punishment should be based on it should be reasonable punishment.
Reasonable punishment. Yo. So nyina bibi so a wo problem. Nyina bibi so a wo problem. Eti ya daya maame Wendy ase papa pa e woni awachechi makoda obi ti me bone ba mfaso bi ani so timi se eni se wo chese ebro na obro no mfaso bi ani so enso na wo bro na menye ni so se obata bi ba bro ne ba wo bra mfaso bi anya de eni so sapala ne nya bibi a wo mo no eti asem we no ye de bekọ ye papa sam ho na waboa yen se ne ya maame Wendy eken adwenkyira ben na ono so ewo wo ho toda ni akwala na yero utibi hu se chese wo bona ni so na ye yi a wo ntachi kwa smash na ni so ama Oh, but your mommy when the Amaya tears say, we yes, sir, Ubenya problem. We yes, sir, Ubenya problem. I just said, Winyan in a so, aha, just a winyan in a so. I said, ba a summer bar, waiting in a so. I said, a dear way our year, you know. Now what's the sour bonnet? Ah, buying a bed to say, what's the sour bonnet? That's some a patch of boya crafa, become my and I wrap on up my end. A bra, every asuya, your pesa,
Yeah. Yo, me da say, me da Auntie Viva ne. I was saying me to me show when him because me time show when. Until I want to see their face.
Yeah, no,
Auntie Viva, and we it's a woman.
Daddy Sam.
And when you got craving. Amen. Yeah, damn you. I say.
Auntie Viva,
me ridiculous. Yeah. Okay. Bajo Wine, Auntie Wendy and Auntie Viva.
Auntie Wendy, like Casano.
Okay, Auntie Wendy. Okay, all right. No. Okay, all right. You know, may come with two scriptures now. My running up. Proverbs 22:6 say, "Train up a child in the way he should go." The key word is for train the child in the way he should go. Into training, it should raise the child to follow a path, so that even when he is old, he will not depart from it. Into whatever we do in the house should end up what? To put the child on the right path that will lead him into his destiny. And then another one is Colossians 3:21c. Parents, do not irritate your children or they will become discouraged. Men they will become discouraged. In your discipline, in your discipling, whatever you are doing, make sure say and discourage you. Anytime you want to punish a child, give him the reason why he did and why he must be punished. Now, let me pick some few things that we discuss. One, I have been in the classroom for years. Me who said there are some children, the first say we can no or better than say. Splitting up. The fact that when you came, everybody who not what I say, and no, you don't have to beat that child. What can say don't do it, no, he will not do it. And I what third one was what or not yet just a kenny bar answer why you don't do it. Into search, they are different. Oh, one share uta raise kena, one share na in a classroom. Now where and now amongst your children, me last one or stubborn or no me stretch it kakara. But the other ones no don't do this, don't do that. Asa Sisiana or no so na computer you understand? Into no we need to know each child and what to do at a particular time. Number 3. Semi-marking so now say a bufo techia. I have abused the child, even if I have not touched him. You don't you train a child out of love. And just say a bufo and I say because at the end of the day, you be say are we perfect? We make mistakes. Until you make mistake, do you it is out of love, and then you train the child. It is a Kena woman, so no, whatever you are using, if there's no love attached to it, then there's no reason, proper reason, like the law. I think that you have abused a child. And near mom can also be an abuse. We must handle all this. That is why the Bible says that so that we don't discourage them. Many children courage from the onset. You understand?
Yeah.
I will give another example. There was a time in the classroom, now 5-year-old child. Now the child came to school and I was looking at the child. And I said, why and I said, what is the problem? And so I called this child to my table and we started talking. Not knowing, Papa ni mami ni papa nya akasakasa ntokwa kakra.
Yeah.
And that one, anka yamboni di yamnyanishi, but it affected her and emotionally, she came to the classroom with that, worried about that. Until young 2 elephants fighting and the grass suffering. You understand it?
Yeah.
Until we need to look at the children in their state and what is going on. And Yabofre Biana or you're stubborn. Even if the child is stubborn, there's a way you handle. Sometimes you take a walk with the child.
Yeah.
And walk and have fun. By the most of the time that I talk to my children, I talk to them when they are in the car. I don't even talk to them when in the house. In the car, me ko drop one to school. Na makania me pesa meka. Meka, they will listen. I'll make it clear. Say I am worried about what they did.
Yeah.
Until no, you understand. Until when Bible says like don't leave the road, it doesn't necessarily mean say Cain. One sheye uko yusu Cain. Na abofano oya dodgy as an akumetu. No dodgy na Cain also one muscle. Na ko one near what's saying in life.
Oh.
It is for Cain and Belt out. In Ghana out. You understand?
Yeah.
Young Shana, all the but key thing is that in you disciplining the child, the question we should ask yourself, what is your mind frame at that time? Before depression how I know be with you before ejumamo one share you can add that thing to the cane and beat that child.
Yeah.
And you're very careful in beating our children. Let us treat them with love, because at the end of the day, when we do the best for them, they will grow up to become the best. When there's peace always in the house, one thing I don't like, and it's say, now emotionally they are disturbed, because the moment you beat that child, and now you molested that child, whatever you do to that child, and you don't explain it to her to understand, say, because of ABC, that's why I'm doing this thing to you. If you don't do that, and the child see it, say, it will grow up, and she will grow up and be discouraged. And these are the children that you realize that their fathers are well devoted to God, but yet at the end of the day, they don't want to do anything to God. Just because of the way we bring them up.
Yeah.
They don't want to do anything to do with God at all. Just because of this petty little mistake. Because we are not good example for what we are preaching. So let us learn to be good example once we are teaching them, because we make mistake as they also make. They should rather make more mistakes, because they are now learning the process of life.
Yeah.
And today should make mistakes more and less help them than us. If we make mistake, they should also make mistake. Okay. But let us correct them and put them on the right path. Thank you.
So for Sam, Eradisha, Papa, God bless you. God bless you. Now, say yes, so for Sam, Casanona, who can be say, and Tokwabi ba our reform you do bintam. Enti your brother Kwajo Chum, add a question be about what say either say a contribution answer or be question. Now, or part say inti, I will phone me no na kontokano na affect sa akwala no na just emotionally no akwala no abeye abusive wabeye victim ewo sa problem no aba mo mi no mo ntem it is sa akwala no sa ni ntino na eni se wuti akwala na say just say eno so no abuse akwala no so ana.
Me take question I say, Papa. Say, okay, let me see.
Or say, son say akalano. Wa parent ni me no. Or say Pastor Sam was talking about a child emotional or feelings. So if a child sees that his father is beating her mom, will it cause a child abuse? And no, you bet me a friend say a child abuse. Since it hurt the child's emotional, it's here no, bet me a friend say a child abuse.
Me pacho, mami mbwa
I will call it emotional.
Yeah, Mama,
okay, Auntie Wendy Castle.
Me pacho.
What's it?
Ma Wendy Casa.
Yo, the any panasable busalo beso bisa say ankorani witness a fight, you know. And no a form of abuse and
okay.
It depends on crabia witnesses and the mamma never padebia or moko. And I debia umunya notification and as a casacasa with you. I know no quality be to me traumatizing based on what they see. It is a traumatization can cause a lot of mental disturbances. Ewa krana dream. Into no sana na say do say talking about emotional abuse next time na you may have opportunity na. You best stress a lot on that because yes, say yeah, Jojo Bannon Kwana, theatre, and now Frefred Dimby or Jimmy for with the old bra. One you say, and you don't want to cause emotional abuse. But all witness fights among parents, you know, he can be traumatized himself or herself, and that can cause a massive emotional disturbances in the crown in terms of nadishiamu, any appearance towards the fear and the peers. Into some parts and your emotional side or no physical but emotional abuse.
Okay,
that's it.
Okay. Yo, where dear, yeah, mommy Wendy.
I think let me. Hello, let me add. I want to be more practical.
Okay.
Mikai said when I was little, I stayed a bit with my grandmother.
Yeah.
Around 5, 6, 7 years. Around 5, 6, 7 years. Now, a certain observation happened.
Yeah.
Me, one of my grandfathers, my brother, mostly, on in Tanka, they don't agree. And make few occasions. Papa need to make Befio and no part 2 by 6. No, a Befio. Now near Oba, all that he come to insult my grandmother. And I have observed that thing. Oban now my grandmother catch and say, Odana say, thank you for insulting me. Or we are unconscious. Somebody will say it didn't affect us, but it affected me. And then I will give another illustration. When my grandmother, when she died, she passed away. I was young, so remember your family no more. And though 18 at that time, I became a busiapin. Let me put it that way. So I stood in to bury my grandmother. When they came, they sent people from the family to come and take the body. Though I didn't know. And certain things happened. And it was a topic that we've been talking for over 20, 30 years. Last year, my mother passed away. And, I'm the only child. Yeah. So the family, we were having family meeting, discussing what we should be doing. So one of the aunties made mention of the family. Said we should inform them. The moment she said we should make mention, then I just voiced out. Hey, these people that treated us this way, we are going to them again. I'm as matured as I am. That trauma for over 30 years, I felt it. And it affected me. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And we need to be very careful. We need to be very careful. What happened to that child was a traumatized. And that thing will affect the child, and then more also, if care is not taken, that child will grow up with it. Say, "Mema de salom mutie." Our sanet here into no one share na abofrano is leading to lesbianism because our ne enye at the papa because of bronkwa the room and an argument and fight. These are some of the little things that happens in Europe and blah blah that is leading us to the wrong lifestyle that we are having today. Into Efiano should be a home of learning, educating a child to grow. If it is not that, period, you have failed as a
parent.
When you have issue door and have your fight, when you finish, they can see those things also, but then no ever blood things. If you do that, you are indirectly abusing the child. Indirectly, you are abusing the child because you are putting the child into trauma, and that is abuse. Period. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, Sophie Sam, Eradi, Sophie Sam, Papa, Yamami Wendy, Eradi Shana, Papa, Yamami Wendy, Abuaye, the person I have run by, and so. Sa adeɛ no makwala ne fele sa na kyerɛ sɛ wo abuse akwala ne na ye maame Wendy akyerɛ mu akyerɛ yɛn ya papa Sam so akyerɛ mu akyerɛ yɛn na em sɛ sa ha no mu nyinaa no deɛ na nka Awurade yɛ adoma yɛdu emotional abuse a ne nyinaa ɛbɛyiyi aba but ye maame Wendy ɛne ya papa Sam abiebie nneɛma kakra so ɛde akyerɛ yɛn adɔfo nom ne ayɛyɛ nyinaa no yɛde boa yɛn ho enche na Yesu Kristo waba enti ade bia ye beya echa say ebe ka wonua bi akofom se woye wo ba se woye wo kunu se woye wo yere se woye wadamfo situation bia wo bewuram na ebe ye se wo abuse obi no ma wani emra wo ho so say nea wo ye no wo ye e de atie Awurade efi say onyankopon e na ye som no na nea ye de ye ho ato no so no odwo yen. Say you shop bonny pa, me no me no pa ni nsem hunu pa yet. Now so po wa free ye kra odi moja to ye wi a wa free aba ne nche kra yes so. E to da ne atom oni num. Now so Awurade hu mo bread door so nti na waka ya afam ne ho. Na wasiesie ye. Yesu fra na wagye ye so. Sania 1 John 1:9 kan e no so say ye hu ye nu ye hu ye boni mu a odi kye ye na o ka ye e bata ne ho. Enti ye nu ye hu a na Awurade odi akye ye na ye kwa no no. Enti me stress and ya Yesu nyina ne say so for some you so word bi na eye me de pa o se emfa bufuo antia wo ba fasade no etu tim sa wo yo ba atan ya fa tu tim emfa bufuo antia wo ba metimi afa ba atia me ba so bufuo nim eye odokwa asenti na wo mmọ no se ne ya wo bebo na pra no oyo obi pa kra no te wo nchen ya tia ne se ne ya wo betia wo ankasa ankasa wo ye mo ba do no. Na we yes wo show obi de na we obi de yie no Awurade so be ye wo de yie na ahye wo no Kristo Yesu din anunyam enwumre aha
ma me comfort
and ma dina mpacho person kasa ho
1 minute bi
yo me ma kwan kasa na
yo me mpacho so for some no person fe ye hina ye nim enti me de enti me ni me ni
ayo
me pese ohu me
yo wo ni bra na ka o ya che
me ni me ni
ma do
say my
every so for we hu me there
la be my
aba mi hu we ni
fa
ba mi hu ye
oh so
and you man comfort wo na abaya me so for some ehu me yeah and ya me ba
so person ohum nyina person ohum nyina
empato asaba ku bi na menka emfanto ha sei
yo
me papa tama na ye nkwala no me papa yo obi a sa abuse asem ya ye kenya so for some ye keka ye keka ho asem ya the same thing papa no opi or baby pakrade and yeso ye wo kosi mintim na ti yenya ye tem papa no yusu car bi or yusu car na ese interfere car no
okay
yenya ne ye te ne say pim no obi e pe baby afa So no baby afa because wow person wow say obi ko fa chance obi ko fa epraye obi ko fa obi afa
na wo nyina
obi afa baby afa because papa no oye obi a che say onyama beto se na o ka che o say ade we wa anya obema wo de won say sifom wo de won anya akosoro ohwene mu nsuo hina obem ma wo suaa ma what is ka say wo so on fa na nsa nkan make so na aba agina wo so enti we nim hina ya ade e papa weken ama maka kai sansem we hina na ama me so me de abato su enti ya me o sira ye
Eradisra ma dina eradisra papa eradisra ya ma me dina eradisra yo adafonom Kristo onsra ye nyina ma dina nyame sra ma Wendy eradisra papa ye ma me Wendy ya no ntai dia daje ta enso ye friend na ono odi objo aje yeso na wa ba beboa ye ma Wendy eradisra papa so sa ono so ni adaje enso ye frepe na wa ba na ya papa sam de be kan se onyankopon onhyira no na wo ma ne nyansa ne nimdie no emunya kese amade bia ye behia no wanya bi e de ababe boa ye ewrade hyira mo papa odofo nyame ya doma won e wala isu nyina ye tiefo nyina ne ye kan se onyankopon enhyira mo papa na da se ne ewrade ya doma ye nyina ye besan hia biem na ya hwe se emotional abuse kwan be niam bia ye ya e ma mofra no ye abuse wo emotionally ewrade ya doma ye behwe ni na ye papa sam wo he na se ye maame when the nya kwan na obesupport ye ya e be boa ye papa ewrade onhira obi bia mpacho so wo question bia wo fra me a metro question na to ho ana sa wo betumi dia to comment section na se na ye ba ye be ba be bobo mu fa wadwen kira bra na wo question bia fa bra na e be boa ye nyina onyankopon enhira obi bia ewrade onhira obi bia so for sam ewrade onhira obi bye bye bye.